All right, guys, the Utah Jazz get a big win against the Phoenix Suns. This is Hanson J. SLC Dunk postgame show. What a great game against a very, very bad team. A team that's not good at basketball. A team that hasn't been good at basketball for a long time. A team that doesn't have good basketball players. And the Jazz took care of them. They're not a good basketball team. The Jazz do take care of trash basketball teams. You know what trash basketball teams do? They do what the Suns did tonight. And you know what the Suns did tonight? Prove that they're not worth being NBA. They're not worth taking the time to practice against because they're garbage. The Suns are garbage. If you attack a player like that, that makes you trash. If you think that coming into a stadium and knocking a player down and undercutting another player at the rim makes you somehow tough or talented in some way, no, that makes you a trash team. Jared Dudley, you happen to be both washed up and overweight, and the worst player on the worst team in the NBA. Jared Dudley, that's what you are. Maybe cut back on the hamburgers and the fish fillet before the game, and right now topping it off with a milkshake. Maybe work on your jumper and get on a treadmill, Jared Dudley. That's all you seem to know how to do. That's embarrassed you. And you think that you're tough because you can knock Ricky Rubio down? Guess what? He's going to get paid. You're going to go just get forgotten in wherever you are in Phoenix, and that's the end because you're trash. No one cares about you. You're the worst team on the worst. You're the worst player on the worst team in the NBA. Marquese, Chris, good luck making an NBA team without having NBA talent. Now 2 years in and you're worse. Get all the opportunity in the world and you're garbage. You're garbage. This is what you are. And this is what you take. You take L's because you're garbage. You're trash. You know who makes buckets? Is Joe Ingles. We beat the Suns by 20-something points tonight. Enjoy that loss. Eat that L. You're going to do it again and again and again like you do every single year. You know what the Jazz do? We get wins. We go to the playoffs. The Jazz are better than you. And now you get to go home and be suspended. Enjoy that fine, Jared Dudley and Marquese Chris, you trash. Enjoy it. Take the time off, I guess, Jared Dudley, to do what you do best and sit on a couch and watch the Jazz go to the playoffs because that's what you're going to be doing. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And Marquese Chris, you know what? Sometimes we try and sometimes we fail. You're not going to make it in the NBA. You're going to enjoy the G League and eventually. So at least you get to travel the world. But one place you're not going to travel is to the playoffs. Because that's what good teams do, and that's where good players go. Not where you... Sorry. But anyways, let's talk about a team that's actually good at basketball. The Utah Jazz. The Jazz of Utah. Who are filled with players who are very, very good. And tonight we got to see them add a new player. A new talent that we haven't seen all year because of the trash Suns. Because of this team right here. The team of L's didn't hurt Dante this time. They tried to. But they didn't. And Dante looked great. And they got a bad call from the refs that a bad charge call where Dante honestly should have scored 14 to 16 points tonight. But the refs are really bad. You know what the refs are? The refs are this right here. I'm as good at grasping a basketball as Jared Dudley is. Jared Dudley's really bad at basketball. He's really not good. And he's really overweight. One thing that he should learn about is Weight Watchers. Or maybe keto. Maybe keto would work for you, Jared Dudley. Oh, you have to cut back on something. But right now you're going to cut back on time because you're going to get suspended. Enjoy the L, Jared Dudley. Another loss. The Jazz, by the way, have won 20 of their last 22. They've won 8 in a row. They're a good team. The Jazz take out the trash like they did tonight. They're a good housekeeper. They're good at doing the chores. They take out the trash. They take out the bad players like Jared Dudley and Mark. They dunk on those players. They take Devin Booker, who thinks he's good but's not really very good, and they win. Imagine having to root Devin Booker every night and Jared Dudley, Marquese Chris. Imagine having to do that. I feel bad for some of the players on those. But what are you going to do? Dante looked great tonight. Ricky Rubio is a warrior. And let's shout out to Joe Ingles. Incredible. Starts the game off providing sight to the blind. And then in the middle of a fight, just runs in the middle of it and gets in fights with security guards and shoves Marquese Chris' little childlike face away. Gets rid of all of that. And then after the game, he just talks as calmly because the thing to do is to just be a bad team like this that he does every game. He takes out the trash. And Jay Crowder massacred that team. And he was in there too. And Jay Crowder deserves all the props in the world. Ricky Rubio, if you didn't know what it was to be loved before, you do now. I love you, Ricky Rubio. Here is me pronouncing my love for you, Joe Ingles, for Rudy Gobert, who is the best center in the NBA and a top 10 player in the league and should be an MVP candidate. But you know what? That would take the national media to actually watch the Jazz. Something they don't do, but now you have to. Because the Jazz are in the 7th seed in the playoffs, and they're going to get higher. And then when the Jazz upset a team in the NBA playoffs and you find the Jazz in the Western Conference Finals, you're going to have to watch. And you're going to have to watch James Harden and Chris Paul get stuffed by Rudy Gobert. Something they've done every time they've played the Rockets. And we might actually get some efficient referees at some point. I know right now we deal with trash referees, but eventually they'll get better. You would think Adam Silver would at some point figure out a way to improve the officiating in the NBA, but he doesn't seem to be able to do it. We fire the leader of the NBA referees, something that we don't talk about a lot, but he was fired because he was trash. He was trash, and they can't get away with it. And at the beginning of the season, guess what they were trying to do? More robotic calls, because a robot is better than this officiating that we get. They cannot keep this type of thing from happening. They are allowing players to get injured because of their bad calls and bad ability to take control of game. Frustrating. There's more comments than I can read. Anyways, I was really excited to see Exum come back. He scored 10 points. He had 14, but bad refs are bad refs. That's what you deal with in this league. Donovan Mitchell was incredible again, and Donovan Mitchell got a tech because guess what, Donovan Mitchell? Instead of in Phoenix where you learn trash habits and you're not taught how to be a player and play the right way, in Utah, Donovan has been given the best team and the best culture. And he was in there right away to stand up for Ricky and got that tech. Good tech for Donovan Mitchell. And good tech for Ingles. Those are good techs. Those are good techs. Someone should have got punched. You know what? The Jazz are even good at making Marquese awful, and they don't get suspended next. That's the other thing. Joe Ingles is a mastermind. What he's not going to be? Suspended. That's what good teams do. Suns wouldn't know that. Suns are trash. They're trash. Anything else we want to talk about tonight? I've enjoyed watching the Jazz win lots of games. The Jazz are really good. You didn't know they're really, really good. 20 of their last 22. Sorry, national media, but the Jazz are making the playoffs, and you have to deal with it. You have to watch us. You have to understand what good defense is and efficient offense. And you have to accept the fact that Donovan Mitchell's the Rookie of the Year, and Rudy Gobert is the Defensive Player of the Year. Quinn Snyder's the Coach of the Year. Those are things that you're going to have to come to grips with. No, you have a hard time accepting other teams good besides the LOL Lakers. Another trash national team continue to put on TV. The Jazz are better than all of them. All of them. They're better. They're the third best team in the Western Conference. Ask Bill Simmons, who said it today. They're the third best team in the NBA, and they're going to make the second round of the playoffs. And that's hard for national media to swallow for how good the Jazz are. They're that good. And people are going to come to grips with it, hopefully. The Suns had 2 tonight. The Suns threw hissy fit. The Phoenix trash just, they couldn't handle how good the Jazz are. But you know what? That's okay. They can't handle most NBA teams because they're a G League team. But you know what? Great job for Devin of getting buckets in garbage time. Garbage time brought to you by the Phoenix Suns. Tyler, it's hard to get the podcast out every week. Having 4 children. But anyways, I would just like to say thank you to you guys for following us at SLC Dunk and following me at Hanson James on Twitter. I would love it if you like and subscribe this channel. Please tell me what things you think Suns resemble besides trash. That's all I can think. They're trash. That's all they are. And so is Devin Booker. Stop telling me Devin Booker is good, because he's not. If Devin Booker can't be better after 3 than he is now, and they can't find a way to win with him, I don't know what to do. But anyways, like and subscribe, guys. Go to slcdunk.com, unless you're already there, and just go read all the news. It's right there. Go to Twitter, Facebook. Follow SLC Dunk on all of them. There's reason to follow each one. Facebook, we got Facebook Live. Twitter, we got Milo posting the best tweets out there. Instagram, we got Taylor Griffin posting the best images out there. Chopping up the competition. Sorry, I don't know why. Ruined it. Ruined the whole show. Anyways, talk to you later.